Hi everyone, I'm Ziqian. Today I'd like to share my advanced project. The research title of it is Reclaim the Self, an Embodied Escape Game from the Post-Human Laboratory. This project is based on the crisis of subjectivity loss faced by humans in the algorithmic era. I use speculative design methodology to set the narrative background in a post-human laboratory and creates an escape experience through embodied interaction. Players awaken in it and through embodied inputs such as physical movement, breathing, and sound, they go from being asked to escape by unknown voices to actively overcoming obstacles in the environment to resist this imprisonment. So, this project stems from the negative impact of contemporary algorithmic society on us. Obviously, numerous studies have shown that it damages our attention, emotions, and ways of thinking. Preliminary literature review shows that surveillance capitalism incorporates our behavior, emotions, and relationships into data models, and even extracts and predicts human experiences, turning us into more controllable data entities. So I began to think about how to make this abstract crisis perceptible, experienced, and understood by people. I learned that speculative design doesn't focus on actually solving certain problems, but rather on constructing future scenarios through rational speculation, thereby prompting people to think and pay attention. Through secondary research, I constructed a post-human laboratory as an exaggerated but reasonable future scenario. So my core research question is how to construct a perceptible and experimental present tense interface for the abstract and future philosophical crisis of algorithmic loss of subjectivity. Unlike some theoretical research methods, I will embed the experience within the framework of the escape from a post-human laboratory to explore what forms of interaction can allow people to experience this crisis, and how to make real-time interaction to reflect on the importance of reclaiming our subjectivity. Existing research confirms that harmful erosion of speculative design offers a way to construct extreme words. In selecting interactive methods, I researched the embodied cognition theory that through body behavior, one can drive cognition of the environment. It can be the reference of the interactive input, allowing players to actively participate. I also researched the relevant critical games and artworks, most of them lack of a form that could draw people's attention through immersive experience. So therefore, I choose embodied interaction as my primary methodology to enhance the connection between the physical and the virtual worlds and improve the experience. The methodology of research through design allows the game itself to become an experiment, thereby answering abstract questions. Finally, prototyping and iterative development can support the project's hardware and software collaboration. I used Unity combined with Arduino. Unity is excellent for building game scenes and constructing narrative structures. Arduino hardware sensors allow players to resist, escape, and awaken through physical movement, sound, and breathing. Here, I selected the MPU 6050 accelerometer, sound sensor, and breath sensor to express the interactions with the escape scenarios. During the development, I went through from basic prototyping and sensor debugging to interactive linkages and evaluation. Before each meeting with my supervisor, I documented the progress, challenges, and next steps on GitHub. During the sensor testing phase, I also collected 78 responses through a questionnaire to determine to use breathing sensor as the interaction method. So finally, swing arms to control movement and escape speed, voice control to collect memories, and breathe to resist the interface. I encountered many challenges, including the MPU 6050's AX data wasn't suitable for directly representing speed, so I used the difference in AX values. I use a keyboard bridge to connect Arduino with Unity. Also, rotate the camera around the character's central axis and adjust the turning angle to make first-person perspective follow the character. Now let's watch the demo video together. To better understand whether players could reflect on the core themes of the project through embodied interaction during the experience, I divided the evaluation in two phases. And the first phase, primary test, is whether the sensors fulfill the interaction intentions. Testers said arm swinging really feels like running, shouting felt like calling for help, and breathe could be an active way to clear obstacles during escape. Therefore, the embodied interaction approach was well received by the testers. And during the experience evaluation, players said the escape felt tense and engaging. Running, shouting, breathing, and these human-like interactions help them connect emotionally and make the loss of subjectivity theme more relatable. They also suggest adding more variable feedback and multisensory elements, which give me clear direction for future development. So I can answer the question, how has working on this project changed your perspective or inspired you to think differently? In completing these projects, I realized that abstract philosophical questions cannot be expressed only through discourse from distant observation. Elements such as body, instinct, and perception can also construct reflections in interactive art. Finally, this project answers the initial research questions. By combining Unity and Arduino's embodied interaction, the crisis of algorithmic subjectivity can be transformed from an abstract topic into something experiential, perceptible, and reflectable. Through multi-sensor game interaction, players can realize subjectivity loss and reflect on the necessity of escaping algorithmic control. So that's all of my advanced project. Thanks to the guidance from my supervisor Mahalia and thanks to the help from teachers at UL. Thank you for listening.